just saying goodbye to the team at Hotel Carrier Inn before we go to Samara Airport. So here's the team.
Hello.
Hello.
Everyone say what?
Hello. Thanks for coming.
On our way to Samara Airport, just passing through these little towns and the forest. This is one we passed in the night, and there is water, as you can see the light reflecting, but look how wide it is. So this will be one of the rivers that it's a seasonal river. You can still see some water flowing, but when it's sort of springtime, this just gets really full. There's kids swimming in the river. Yeah. So yes, you can see it. See how wide that river is when spring comes, or the monsoon, it just gets full. Passing through more of the forest. Apparently it's protected, so they don't. So you can't come in and cut timber from here. And stuff like that, but attached to the forest there are community forests where Alok was telling us that communities grow trees and they're allowed to cut those off but not encroach into the actual forest. And you have sort of police checkpoints at either end of this road or in between where they check trucks to make sure they understand where the wood has come from. So there's no kind of poaching of the wood in here. Alok did say there are tigers in this forest, so there are the odd occasion where people may be attacked by tigers and stuff like that. So that's another thing that poachers have to keep an eye out for. And we're coming to another dried up river because it's not the wet season. But again, it's another wide river with lots of plants and things growing. So I imagine all of that gets washed away as soon as that water comes in, and then as soon as it starts drying again and emptying out, they start growing again. Don't know how that works unless it's not a raging river, so the trees that are already in there just can survive that. But there we go. More of the forest. Coming up to another bridge, but on this bridge I can't see any dried up riverbed, but maybe this is an old one, I don't know, maybe they've blocked it just past the power station, so they might do some kind of a little reservoir there to generate power. It does definitely look like there's some depression there, so it must have been a river or a stream at some stage. Another dry riverbank. Oh, not riverbank, riverbed. Building a new bridge here, so what we have to do is take this little detour down onto the riverbed. So this is an old bridge that they're blocked off, but they're building another bridge which is straighter, which is just on the right hand side of that old bridge. There you should just be able to see that big old concrete structure. You'll see it better from the riverbed. This is the riverbed. Just make out that concrete structure behind this metal girder bridge. So that's the new bridge they're building, which will make this part of the journey a bit more straightforward. So doing this little detour. This is the old bridge which they don't want to be used anymore. It looks like a single lane. You're anyway, this old bridge, and this is the new bridge they constructed. So that's going to be a bit of a walk for this bridge when it's constructed. Here we are, getting on the Buddha Air flight. Look how tiny this little propeller plane is. Getting on that flight to get to Kathmandu. Hopper bags on it. That's all I've got to say. So we got the early flight, which actually left about an hour later than we should have done. So I think it was due to leave about 11 or something, and we left about midday. Time's now 1 o'clock, 1:05. The domestic terminal is chaos, pretty much like the international terminal. But we managed to get our bag. Ange tried to phone the hotel to see if they could get the taxi that we pre-booked earlier. I think there's some issues with language. So we're in a little minivan. Look at this little minivan, tiny little minivan, and we've got a driver who's taking us to Tamil, to our hotel. But it is, like I said, 1:05, so it's sort of middle day traffic. There's no traffic lights here. There's just people just carnage. It is carnage. It's everyone for themselves. You sort of nudge your way forward, edge your way forward until they can't get past you. So then you're free to move forward. So it's a bit like that. But yeah, hoping to get to the hotel. Hopefully get in our room, dump stuff, wash our hands, and then go for a little wander, final sort of shop today and tomorrow morning. Yeah, see what happens. I'm just going to show you a bit of the traffic. We're not too far from the hotel. The traffic is mental. Just hold on to it tight. So back in Kathmandu, it's the last evening of the holiday. We're going to go back to the Third Eye restaurant. I like the food in there, and got good curries, and they have lots of continental things which will sort of keep Ange happy. So yeah, last night. So I think there's a tiny bit of shopping to be done at the end of it, but yeah, great holiday. Speak to you later. So this is our last night in this hotel, Hotel Bahari in Kathmandu. It's very lovely, very nice. I think it's only a 4-star, but it feels very nice. You know, it beats anything on the hike, and it's very nice, very plush. Rooms are big, spacious, clean as anything. Staff are really friendly. We got friendly with like the assistant manager, so he's let us keep our room till 1 p.m. I started off at 2, knowing I wouldn't get 2, and then we negotiated till 1 p.m. So he was really friendly about that. And yeah, so last night, pack in the morning, have a leisurely breakfast, maybe a tiny bit more shopping. I think Angela and Teresa want to go and do some singing bowl, sound bar thingamajiggy. I think Tosh and I might just hang about by the pool and take it forward from there. So it's the last day before we get our flight. Our flight's on till 20 to 6, 6:20 p.m. So I'm just going to sit by the pool in the hotel. I'm shopped out. Bags are virtually packed. Just got a few final things to put in. Ange's going to go, Ange and Trees are going to go and do some kind of sound bar thing. Yeah, shame to come to an end. I'll be happy to go back and do another hike. But yeah, looking forward to going home, seeing the sun, seeing the dogs, seeing the cat, and just being back at home for a while. Can't say I'm looking forward to going back to work on Monday morning, but work pays the bills, doesn't it? So yeah, amazing trip. I think that's it for this vlog. rubbish at vlogging. Like, if you've seen my first vlogging, it's absolute nightmare. But hey, just gonna do this, carry on, and see where. Because hopefully next year I'll be able to go and see my work friends in India, and then go back to Bangladesh for a bit. Just have to see if that's possible, doable. Just have to start planning it and see what happens. See ya. Thank you. Bye. This is probably my last video. We're probably gonna go and get ready very soon, but I just wanna show the pool at Hotel Bahari and the view of the what was the royal family's palace, but there is no royal family anymore. That was disbanded, defunct in 2008 following the prince massacred, I think, 9 members of his family in 2001, and the last king, which included his mum and dad, the king and queen, and some cousins and some, I think, his sister as well. But it was disbanded in 2008, and the last king apparently just lives a normal life as a citizen. I'm sure he's got some privileges, but he's no longer king anymore. It's now fully a republic, and this is the view of the palace. You can see the view of the palace. It's now a museum. As palaces go, it's quite simple and quite plain. It's not like other palaces that you'd expect to be much more ornate and beautiful, but this is it. And hopefully you got a nice shot of the pool as well, overlooking Kathmandu towards the airport and part of the city. That's sort of the northeast of the city, where the airport is, right over there somewhere in the distance. But yeah, when we flew on the plane to Simera airport, we flew and we could see the big stupa, which is the biggest stupa in Nepal. I think I can't pronounce it, I can't remember the full name, but it's the Bunanatha stupa, I think, or something similar to that. So when I come back, I'd like to see that. I've seen the monkey temple a couple of times, seen Durbar Square 3 times now. I don't need to see those things again. When I come back, I'll want to go and see this big stupa. And maybe towards the airport there's a big Hindu temple as well, so maybe we'll make my way towards that next time and just see what that's all about. But yeah, this is me probably signing off on the last video, but final view of the pool and the old royal palace.